Happy Sunday, everybody, and welcome back to more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. I'm PurpleRodri. Now, last time we actually finished off Stone Tower Temple, and I totally might have forgot to turn in the fairies. So in today's episode, we're going to go ahead and turn in the fairies then, and it should only take about a minute. So let's see what our reward's going to be today. Oh, compassionate young one, I'm the Great Fairy of Kindness. Okay, so she's going to give us the Great Fairy Sword. With that, guys, we got the Great Fairy Sword. This is the strongest sword, I guess you could say, in the game. Although it is not an equipable item, you can put it to your C-sticks and then you can use it that way. So with that, guys, we have obtained the Great Fairy Sword, and I'm actually really excited for it because we do have a little bit to do today. As I said, we're going to be knocking out another side quest, and I'm actually really excited for this sword. So let me go ahead and equip it really quick, and it's pretty easy to use now, I guess you could say. By just placing it in any of your buttons, you're pretty much ready to go. This thing's an absolute beast, so I thought, you know, we might as well give it a shot and try it out now that we're here in Ikana Canyon. As I mentioned before, we still have a couple heart pieces we need to collect. We're very close to finishing up everything that we need to and making our way pretty much to the moon now. But before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and enter the Great Shrine. It is here in this shrine that we're actually gonna be battling through a bunch of enemies. It's pretty much just a couple waves of enemies, and then we get a heart piece out of it. You know, nothing too complicated, and I thought it'd be a lot of fun to do this. Well, you know, once we finally obtain the Great Fairy Sword, and we pretty much have all the fairies in this game now, and by that I mean we've collected everything we can pretty much, except maybe a mask or two. You never know. I mean, no spoilers here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys that. Well, yeah, it's 100%. So we are going to be getting all the masks. You guys probably already know what's coming. But other than that, we pretty much collected everything else that we needed to, except what's left here in the Great Shrine. So this is pretty much just a little bit of a puzzly area for Link. It seems somehow you managed to send Ikana's wandering, but outside of Ikana, there's still swarms of wandering spirits. The ones in this room want to meet you again. Go see them if you feel like it. Oh boy. Alright guys, so it is in this room that we're actually going to be making our way to other rooms and battling a bunch of different opponents and doing that sort of thing. So this is actually really, really cool. The Great Shrine, you know, I guess you could say it's a place for warriors. It's a place for you to show off your skills and see how much you've truly learned in this game. Now, it's all a bunch of mini bosses that we've previously fought, and it's not the hardest thing, especially once you have the Great Fairy Sword. As you can see, I'm pretty much just one-shotting everything, so it's one of the easiest things to do. The Great Fairy Sword is a little bit overpowered. It's definitely the strongest, you know, weapon that you could use here. You know, one of the equipables, one of the C-stick ones. With that, though, we went ahead and got a rupee. So there's gonna be a rupee in about every room, you know, just as we finish off every battle. As I was saying, though, I hope you guys are having a happy Sunday. I was about to say hoppy Sunday, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You know, it's the Super Bowl today. I definitely told you guys, I don't know who I'm really rooting for. Probably Old Man Peyton, you know, so he can go out on top and have his fairy tale ending. But I still would put my money on the Panthers because I think that team is too good. They're probably just, you know, absolutely going to crush. But who knows? You know, anything could happen. It's the Super Bowl. It's the two best teams in the NFL. You know, you can probably expect a pretty good game. Now, once again, we're fighting this guy. This was one of the easiest guys we've had to face, too. Where is he at, actually? There he is. I was, like, waiting for him to spawn. I'm like, what is going on with this guy? Why is he not spawning up? And this is actually one of the easier fights. But as I was saying, you know, I've just been enjoying my Sunday, just having a little bit of a relaxed Sunday, you know, a little bit laid back. Usually, I feel like, you know, Sundays I take care of a lot of things, but I decided to just sit back and relax a little bit today. I've just, you know, I recently bought a PS4. I bought it for Battlefront, I guess you could say, but I've been playing, you know, a bunch of different games on it. I've been playing The Last of Us Remastered on it, and that's been an absolute blast. I've been putting in a lot of hours into that game. I'm not even sure how long it is or how far I am in. I'm kind of just doing my own thing and hoping that, you know, I can make my way through it. With that, though, we defeated another enemy. So another really simple boss to take down. As I was saying, though, it's been a lot of fun so far. I love games that you get to, like, explore around and kind of do your own thing. It kind of lets you take your own path, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. It actually reminds me a lot of, like, H1Z1. That's another zombie game that I've played a lot where you can craft a bunch of items and do a bunch of things, and it actually reminds me a lot of that game, so it was pretty easy for me to pick up on it and, you know, just get right into it, which is pretty cool. I love games that allow me to do that, especially when I haven't played through, you know, any of them before. I'm so so new to the PS4 that it's just like, you know, taking a little bit of getting used to. Oh, in this room, okay, let's look up, guys. You guys might remember who this is. This is that big freaky eyeball thing that we have battled a few times. All right, let's see if I can pull this off. If I could just like jump into it with the Great Fairy Sword and just like slam down a bunch of its eyes, I would feel pretty good about that. So let's see if I can just like do this right off the bat. The Great Fairy Sword, as I said, is really, really huge. So it also gives you a bunch of length on it too. Oh my goodness, we are doing some mad work on this guy. This guy is like losing every single one of his bubbles from just like the first little thing. This is just from us like starting up. I think I just hit him too. I think the Great Fairy Sword range was probably so huge that I even ended up hitting the guy. That's kind of funny, actually. I'm pretty sure I did. I would kind of want to do that again. That would be really cool. All right, but we've took down a lot of his bubbles. This is, I mean, a lot of his bubbles. We pretty much took down all his bubbles. I know, I like how they keep coming back to him. Come on. All right, let's see. Maybe, just maybe, I could start poking a little fun at him. Oh, man, if I could just, like, swing my sword at his eye, he would be so scared. But, you know, I'll just pop an ice arrow in his eye. I think that's bound to hurt a good amount, too. I don't even want to think about it. That must actually really, really hurt. Oh, and we can hit him with it. Okay, so when he runs at us, I'm just going to go ahead and hit him with the Great Fairy Sword. And with that, guys, we have already defeated him. So, very simple yet again. The Great Shrine is not as difficult as I remembered it when I was a kid. I used to think this place was actually really, really tough. I would, like, stock up on potions and, like, fairies and everything, but so far so good, and it's giving us a bunch of rupees, which, you know, I should probably be turning in sometime soon. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here then, guys. I'm feeling pretty good about this place. Let's see, I think I have a couple more left. Probably, I don't know, I'm not really sure how many fights we have left. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going into them because I like battling, you know, whatever's coming at us, and I hope that I'm headed the right way. This does look a little bit like the right way. Definitely. As soon as the doors close, you know you're heading in the right direction. Now we're battling another Garo. Oh, man. This guy's about to get tore up. This guy's about to get tore up. If I could just, like, actually land an attack on him. There we go. I bet you it's going to take 2 attacks. Oh, 2? What? Really? More than that? Yeah, I guess our Gilded Sword did take quite a bit. So I guess it took, like, probably 7 or 8 Gilded Swords. So it probably, maybe it took more than that. I actually don't remember how many hits it took. So 5 to take him down here? Okay, so with that, he's going to go ahead and blow himself up. We know the dealio. We know what this guy's all about. He does that every single time we battle him. If you look around this area too, it's kind of different. It almost looks like this little heart on the wall is supposed to look like Majora's Mask, but in a way it doesn't look like it. It kind of looks different. It kind of looks like, you know, just old paintings drawn on these walls, which is kind of creepy if you think about it. You have to really think about who put us here and who did that. With that, though, guys, we have gone ahead and vanished everyone that we needed to. And as you can see, that spirit disappeared itself. So it was a spirit all on its own, talking about all the other spirits that are spread across the land, which is definitely a little bit weird. With that, guys, we're going to go ahead and open up the chest. As I said, we are going to do a little bit of side questing, but for now, we are pretty much done with the side questing, guys. With that, we have gone ahead and obtained our heart piece. Now, the bank loyalty program is something that I still have going on too, so that's something that I'll be doing and taking care of. I'm not too worried about it. I feel pretty good right now. I feel like we've done a really great job of making our way through this game, and I'm excited to see what else it brings. You know, as I said, there's still going to be a lot coming because we still need to finish up everything on the moon. So hopefully, you know, we'll be taking care of that next time. But I'm gonna go ahead and actually play the Song of Soaring really quick and make our way back to a little place which you guys probably already know where it is. We're gonna head back to Clocktown, guys, and it is here in Clocktown where we're gonna continue off next time and, you know, see what else this game has in store for us. I'm actually really, really excited for it. Now, as I told you guys, we do have a lot of rupees we needed to deposit, so I'm gonna go ahead and deposit all the ones we just collected, and with that, guys, he's going to go ahead and flip out. We got 5,000 rupees in the account. With that, we have gone ahead and obtained a heart piece. So with that, we have obtained our last heart piece here in Termina, I guess you could say, and the last heart pieces we'll be collecting in the moon. With that, guys, make sure you give this video a like. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Goodbye.